Hey everybody, welcome back to Video Game Esoteric series on the MiSTer FPGA DE10 Nano project, more specifically in this instance, the Nintendo 64 core, and specifically in this instance, Game Over Elysium. In July, RoverTronic had a contest where people could make and submit ROM hacks that involved multiple Marios, and while I tested them all and not many worked on MiSTer FPGA, Game Over Elysium not only worked, but is one of the best ROM hacks I've played of 2025 so far. So I'm here to talk about it and tell you if you haven't played it yet, you need to do so. Before we get too far involved though, do me a huge favor, go down below, hit like and subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Definitely helps us out. And if you feel so inclined and want to support the channel, we got a Patreon link down below as well. But Game Over Elysium basically feels like the 64 version of something like Super Mario Odyssey, because you're going to see here this gigantic Devil Goomba, or Demon Goomba, whatever the hell it might be, has been defeated, and he drops Superfly legs. There's going to be different upgrades or different caps or body parts you can put on Mario, and each and every one of them is going to give you a different ability in the world. There are 7 stars to collect, but trust me, it's going to take you hours, because honestly, this game is as much of a puzzle as it is a platformer, and I'm only showing you the first couple stars here because I really want you to play this game and understand exactly how it works and discover all the secrets. So now that we have the Superfly legs, we're going to be able to jump off certain walls like you see here and pop ourselves up to this next platform. Every single body part or other power-up you collect is going to aid you in your quest throughout the world, and you're definitely going to be doing a lot of fun backtracking, not tedious backtracking, because I do want to be specific. You'll see here that there is another Mario, the multiples, but we have to recruit him with 20 coins, and you see that block back there in the wall. Definitely pay attention to that because it's going to become important in about 5 or 6 minutes or so. But now that we have actually got enough coins to recruit the next Mario, we're going to be able to actually get 2 characters playable at once, and if you hit the R button, you're going to be able to switch between both of them. But you need to keep all of your Marios safe because there is a coin and payment system in this game. If one of your recruits dies, you're going to have to revive them for 50 coins. But now that we have 2 different Marios here, you're going to see we get the first star, get out of this actual cavern area, and get into the hub world of the game. And this is where Game Over Elysium absolutely opens up and becomes incredible. And honestly, the amount of creativity and thought here, not only in the upgrades, but in the overall overworld and the recruiting structure, just work as far as a Mario ROM hack is concerned. And even though there's a ton of incredible ROM hacks out there that I've already shown you on the channel, there's something about pivoting up the gameplay concept of something like Super Mario 64 that just works. It's not just amazing new platforming levels, it's a whole puzzle mechanic, a whole kind of search out the upgrade mechanic, and like I said, kind of has that Mario Odyssey vibe going on as well. Now, depending on where you are in the world and depending on how well you're doing, the cost to revive is going to change, so you definitely want to be collecting every single coin you possibly can, and you want to check every single corner of the game world because there's going to be certain areas or doors you can go through that are going to bring you to new stars. And you're going to see here, just like that block I showed you in the beginning, once we get to the top of this tower, there's going to be another block with a button, and you need to destroy that to be able to recruit another Mario. Now the question is, how are you going to destroy that? You're going to have to find out for yourself or watch later in the video. Again, I tried to keep this down, spoiler, to a minimum, but there are going to be a few hints in there. So if you want to play this game fresh and you feel like you've seen enough to intrigue you, definitely stop here, and if not, you can keep watching. But as we go through this first cavern, you're going to see suddenly we're going to get another power-up in just a moment, and I will say the power-ups are absolutely creative, have a great gameplay mechanic hook, and each one independently of itself is just such a fun thing to play around with. It adds to Mario's overall moveset. It's going to give you abilities that were never in the base game, and I love when ROM hackers and devs basically take the concept of what Super Mario 64 was and just expand on it in as many creative ways as possible, because you'll see here we do have another pillar we can upgrade and save, but now all of a sudden it's going to be a little bit more expensive, at least in here. But you will see once we pick up what looks like that little water bomb from Zelda on the bottom of the ground there, now we're going to be able to inflate our head and basically coast down as Mario. This is going to be the first star you need to get in the game, or at least that you can get to progress, and it definitely is going to challenge you not only on your platforming but on your puzzle solving ability. It's also going to be our first soundtrack sample, so go ahead and listen for 45 seconds, but come right back because Game Over Elysium has a lot more to show. That is just the perfect music to have in a cave. Now, some of these red coins you can collect on your own just by using the power-ups. Others you're going to have to utilize more than one Mario to obtain, and sometimes you're going to completely duff a jump and fall into a pit. You will see that this Mario took damage, and coins do not re-increase your health. You either have to find hearts in the game, or you need to use the heal and revive feature at one of these totems to be able to do it. And you will see here, this is where the double player mechanic comes in. Standing on this platform as one Mario is going to raise or lower the platform for the other Mario. So you have to be paying attention and really wrap your head around the fact that every single puzzle in this game, every single platforming element is usually going to need more than one Mario working at the same time to achieve that goal. Because if we come up here, there's going to be one last red coin that we need to get. It's going to be high up in the air. So you have to have one Mario stand on this platform to raise it up, and then the next Mario needs to basically jump perfectly and do some incredible platforming to be able to get that star. You have to do a double jump here. A single just isn't going to work because it will not give you the height. But if we go back and double jump correctly and then inflate our head, you're going to see we're able to coast through that red star and finally get the coin accessible. And the fun part is, now that we've done this, we're going to be able to do more in the game because it has a light Metroidvania theme to it. You're going to see areas that you know how to access, or you know you need to go there, but you're not going to have the proper power up or the right amount of Marios to actually get there yet. And I really think that is a great conceit for a game, because not only is it Super Mario 64 with a ton of fun platforming, but it's also a Metroidvania game and it's overall progression. But again, I can't stress enough, collect each and every single coin you see here, because some of the later Marios you recruit are going to be multiple hundreds of coins, so you definitely want to be grabbing every single coin, killing every single enemy. Every single coin is going to make a difference somewhere in the world of Game Over Elysium. The one thing that I didn't see that it could do, and I wish that it did, is have more than one player support. So you could have 4 controllers plugged in, so when you were using more than one Mario, you could kind of pass back and forth between friends, but that might be a little bit overly complicated. Leave me a comment down below and you tell me so far, what's your vibe on Game Over Elysium? To me, this is one of the best Mario ROM hacks I have ever played, and it definitely does so many new and inventive things, not only with the power-up system, but with the world building and overall progression, because we will see down below, there is another Mario to unlock, but until we can destroy that block, we're not going to be able to do so. So I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute, and that's going to be the final spoiler of the video, but trust me, you're only really seeing the beginning. If we come into this room, you're going to see that there's a 6 on the floor on that switch. So that's pretty obvious. We need to start recruiting some more Marios to our team so we can actually weight that thing down. You will get hints from this robe character the entirety of the way, but this temple here with those cryptic mushroom symbols on the pillars definitely have a certain aesthetic and vibe, and I love how the entire game world is basically completely desaturated. It has kind of that horror aesthetic even though it isn't a horror game. But go ahead and get one more soundtrack sample, 30 seconds this time, and I'll be right back with just a little bit more Game Over Elysium. But enjoy. I mean, the music is just such a vibe in this game, and it kind of feels both like a dream or some sort of fairy tale, and at the same time sounds like Mario. As we come out here, obviously we need to get a bunch more coins, and if we take a look in the middle here, there's going to be a floating magnet with a leaf on top. Now suddenly Mario has magnet arms, and all of those coins are going to try to get to him when the bullies try to knock him off the platform. And again, there's so many different power-ups in this game, so many unique ways to play. You're going to basically need to utilize every single mechanic you can possibly think of if you're ever going to see the end. And now we're going to get our third Mario here because we have the 50 coin cost to be able to collect him. But again, trust me, that's going to be cheap compared to some of the later game Marios that you're going to need to recruit to your team. And that is just fun. It's a resource management game, it's a puzzle game, it's an action platformer, and it's a Mario ROM hack all in one. And every single component just absolutely fires on all cylinders. And you'll see here, if we talk to this guy, he's going to tell us to keep a lookout for those mushroom engravings because they are going to be important. Now you're going to see there's a platform here, and we basically just need to strategically move the Marios around. They got a little bit stuck both on and off the switch, so you just need to reset them and make sure they're fully on the Switch. That way you can come up here and grab this banana power up. And what does a banana power up do, you wonder? Well, if you think about some of Nintendo's other properties, Donkey Kong, now all of a sudden we have a gigantic swing and we're able to break these blocks. So remember that block at the beginning in the caverns that you saw behind the wall? You can break that now. Remember the block to actually recruit another Luigi who was trapped in that actual cage? Now you can break that as well. That is the fun part about something like this game. Every single power-up you get, you're going to be able to explore an area that you remember seeing before and you now know how to get to and how to actually solve. So definitely check this one out. I can't stress enough just how good it is. It is, in my opinion, a 10 out of 10. I have absolutely no notes for it whatsoever. I just wish this Mario here was a little bit cheaper than 200 coins to collect. But we're done. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.